guys to my channel. So I was supposed to shoot this video in church, but I wasn't able to shoot the video there. After church, like everyone is meeting everyone, you're talking to this person, you're talking to this person, so I wasn't able to shoot due to that. So I decided to come and shoot it in my bedroom instead. So this is the story of how I got born again. For me, I was born in a Christian home. My parents were very religious. Everyone was very religious apart from me. And I feel like since we were young, like my mom used to tell us that you had to go to church. Otherwise, she used to close the gate and say, if you're not going to church, you find a place where you're going to like spend your day. But you're not going to be left back home when others are going to church. So I used to go to church and I used to know God back then. But I wouldn't say I was born again back then. I think I was just going to church because everyone else was going to church, you know. That was my childhood. When I was in campus, I still used to go to church and I still used to believe in God, but I wasn't born again. There's a difference between being born again and just going to church. There's a difference. So at the time I used to just go to church. I wasn't born again. After I finished my campus, so I started working. So this is a backstory before I got born again, what was happening in my life back then. The first place I used to work was Nairobi National Museum, and I used to work there as a tour guide, and we used to guide these people and they would give us a lot of money back then. So at the time I used to wonder, what am I going to do with this money? It was a lot of money for me back at the time. I was like, oh my god, I have like 20,000 in a day. What could I have done with this money? I used to work like this for friends. So after work on weekends, we used to go to clubbing. I used to take us fun back then. Like it got to a point where we used to go to club on Monday to Sunday. Okay, for some reason I used to feel like I'm not doing the right thing. And this is not how I'm brought up. I used to feel that. But at the end of the day, I used to just follow my friends and continue with our parties Monday to Sunday, and it went on and on and on for years. And then it got to a point where I started getting sick. I started falling to depression. Things were not working out for me. I was making 10 steps forward, 10 steps backwards, and nothing was working for me. I was like stuck and in stagnation for a very long time. So I remember seeing like most of the people that I know get jobs, get married, have kids, doing good for them, and I used to feel like, oh my god, I'm left behind and nothing is working for me. I used to apply a lot of jobs, I couldn't find a job, nothing was working. So I remember one time asking my mom, why is it that it's only me in our family that nothing is working for? Like I saw my sister getting married, having kids, having a business, having a car, having a home. My brother the same way. And then I'm just there. I'm just there with nothing, and it used to eat me up. I wanted to go to Singapore because I have a friend there. And my friend there was a pilot at the time. Guys, when I tell you nothing was working out for me, nothing was working out for me. My friend was a pilot. At that time, he used to be a pilot. And I remember he was telling me, there's a time we used to talk and he was like, you can come visit Singapore, maybe check it around. If you like it here, maybe you can start like legally processing documents and everything to be here, blah, blah, blah. Now, at this moment, now when I'm feeling like I need to leave, guess what was happening? He was also falling into depression. He lost his job. He used to fly planes from Singapore to UK. He lost his job. He also started falling into depression. People from his family started dying. Like things started happening for him. I was like, no, I can't go there. He's going through a lot at the time. I don't want to go there. I used to talk to more friends, and I remember one more friend telling me, would you want to come to South Africa? And I was like, I don't think South Africa is nice for me because I've been hearing that they are killing foreigners and wherever. I don't want to come there. So another friend said, you can come to Senegal. And I was like, I think I'll come there. I didn't want to go to Senegal because I felt like the friend I was visiting there, he was a bit chill. He was a chill guy, and he was a Christian. And I felt like if I wanted to go somewhere, I wanted to go to a place where I know like I have a friend who knows God, like someone who is not going to take me to the life, partying life, you know, that kind of lifestyle anymore. So nothing worked out. 2024 has been, it was a very peaceful year for me. I was very happy. The hospital I used to work as interns, I went to see the doctor there, and the doctor was like, you need to put your stress levels down because your health, your weight and your height, they are not at the I don't know, that level. So he was telling me I'm obese. So he was like, not until you try to like change your diet, be stress free, you'll continue being on this medication, and you know it's not good for your health and whatever. And I started following the instructions that he gave to me, and also by praying and by knowing God, I started having peace of mind. You know, my health started coming back. I stopped drinking this medication that I used to drink at the time. I was well, mentally, physically, I was well, and I was so happy in 2024. Coming into 2025, I still went for Kesha, and I was like, God, I've walked with you for 1 year now, and this is what I want for the rest of my life. And I made a covenant that I'll continue living a holy life, and I'll continue doing my best to live the right way. In January, I moved in to my small apartment. That's where I started my life. I didn't get a job yet, but I remember that me and my sister, we always had this dream of opening a baby shop. And we were like, maybe we should open the baby shop, and then since I don't have a job, I can stay there and run the shop. And so that's what we did. We opened a baby shop. That's what I do now. I run the baby shop, and I'm so happy and I'm so excited for it. God has been so faithful to me this year. There are a lot of things I had prayed for last year, which I can't say here, which are happening behind the scenes, you know. And I'm so thankful to God. Like, I've learned one thing called boundaries when it comes to friendships, whether it's male-female friendship, whether it's female-female friendships. I've learned boundaries. Right now, if you are my friend, like, it's either we are on the same page spiritually, we both want to grow, we both want, you know, to know God more, like we're on the same journey. I think so. Let me put it that way. Honestly, most of the time nowadays, I don't even think about things anymore. I just pray and I tell God, if there's this thing that I want, or there's this thing that maybe I want God to do it for me, I just say, God, I trust you, and pray about it, and things just happen. Honestly, for me, I can say there is God, because this year, it's actually like the year of evidence for me, where God has been just working in my life. I remember coming to this year, I was like, this year I'm not going to cry, and I'm not going to fall to depression, I'm not going to fall to fear or anything of the sort, because I know, God, you're carrying me, you provide for me, you know, you protect me, I know you'll guide my ways and everything. And let me tell you, this year, I don't want to talk about the remaining years, but I have faith that they will also be the same as the previous months that have passed. But God has been so faithful to me. Nowadays, I've also learned that when I'm praying, I like to pray for everyone, especially people that are going through mental health, people that are going through, you know, depression, maybe they are losing their relationships, maybe people who are, you know, there are people who are divorcing, there are people who are sick. Nowadays, I've learned to not just pray for myself, but to pray for everyone. Back then, when I used to go through depression and everything, I used to have people who used to pray for me. And that's my mom and my sister. And I want to say thank you to my friend Sophia. That is one of my best friends that I found in Eldoret. She's a prayer warrior, that girl. So I want to say thanks to her, because nowadays I have someone that if I have something that I want to talk about. So that's the reason as to why nowadays I don't just pray for myself, I pray for everyone, because you don't know what people are going through out there, and some people, they don't have like families who are born again, people who pray for them, so they are fighting wars alone. Nowadays I find myself like, if I find someone and you're just getting to know each other, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to fall for this person. If he's not the right person, God, I want you to eliminate him in my life. And all of a sudden he's telling me about how he left the ex and whatever and he's gone, and I'm like, oh no, I now need to chill. I think when the right person comes, I'll know. I used to think, he's a good guy, but nowadays, no. Especially if you're not a Christian, or you don't have to be a pastor, or let's say in praise and worship and whatever, no. But you have to be led by God. You have to be a man that prays, such person. So that's what I'm looking for, and I couldn't have done so by not knowing God, because I feel like before I used to just hang out with just anyone. People used to take me to clubs, people used to introduce me to drugs, such things. But yeah, there's an advantage of knowing God. Honestly, I'm so grateful that he does not judge us depending on our sins. I'm so grateful because he died for me. He carried away my sins, he carried away my shame, he carried away, everything else, and I was set free. That day when I said I'm giving my life to Christ, that was when I was set free. And right now, I'm so happy, I'm so peaceful, I'm so healthy, I'm doing well in my business, I'm doing well mentally. I'm not there yet. At least I'm doing well financially right now. I can provide for myself, I can do everything I want by myself, The Lord has been so faithful. And I want to thank everyone that has been supporting me by subscribing to my channel, because this is also one of the new journeys that I want to share, my stories, my life, I wish that more people can subscribe to my channel so that we can continue growing, I have a lot of story times, I have a lot of pranks to do to my family members, I have a lot of, videos, trips, excursions, and so many other good stuff to post on my channel, and I hope that people can believe in me and can support me. We can grow together. I know this video was all over the place, but I just felt like it was nice to sit down and talk about it, let people know that I'm not the same person, and to let people know that I'm born again and I'm saved and Christ is my savior. And I want people to know that there is joy in serving the Lord, and to let the devil know he lost one. So I'm so grateful that you guys have been watching my videos. I'm so grateful that everyone that have subscribed. I hope more people to subscribe and share my videos and comment down below so that I can also know what you want to see me posting next, but I can be able to post the videos. Thank you very much, guys, and until next time, bye bye.